Hello everybody, welcome back to the Kigali Arena in Kigali, Rwanda. This is the FIBA AfroBasket and it's the quarterfinals qualification. And it's the game between Nigeria and Uganda. So these are the games today. This game will be followed by South Sudan against Kenya. The winner of this game between Nigeria and Uganda, I think we're going to look at the road to the final, and you can see they will advance to take on Eddie Tavares and Cape Verde and the Almeida brothers. And also you've got Kenya and South Sudan. The winner will advance to take on Tunisia. I'm Jeff Taylor and joined by Graham Hiscock.
Good afternoon, Jeff. Good afternoon, everybody. Another big matchup between Nigeria and Uganda. And, well, after yesterday's huge upset, can Uganda pull out another huge victory? Spoke to Coach Giannopoulos and Kaluma and Seiko's mum before the game. They are ready, they're relaxed, they're enjoying the occasion. As we've spoke about with Kenya when they had their win, and Guinea, just play the team in front of you, not the reputation, not the name of the country on the jersey. Just go out and play hard. It's going to be guts. Coach Giannopoulos talks about guts. It's not just about stats. Even though the guy that's first out for Uganda has put up some big stats and great shots. We both like Adam Seiko.
Yeah, Adam Seiko and his brother Arthur Kaluma are here in this Uganda team. It's a team that also has Dingu, thankfully, still in the lineup. He had a nasty fall the other day, but has actually got right back up and played. So this is a team that is, have we seen the best of them? I don't think that we have, and that could be worrying news for Nigeria, although, you know, Nigeria have the reputation. They may have a cast of new players, but if they're turning on all cylinders, they will be tough. Ish Wainwright, number 13, of course, probably the headline name for this Uganda team, having already moved now from Strasbourg and the Basketball Champions League to the Toronto Raptors, the NBA. So a lot of attention on him, and I'm sure he'll be looking to come out and have one of his big games for Uganda.
Yeah, agreed. Massive game in the previous game against South Sudan. They lost by 2 in a thriller. 22 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists. You've got Arthur Kaluma as well. And going back to Dengonji, I mean, that is just unreal what he did with that fall and coming back up. But that really highlights the attitude, and he's there in the middle of that group, ready to go again.
So the Nigerians are going to be introduced. Of course, Nigeria played at the Olympics this summer. They took a different team, and they have arrived here at the AfroBasket trying to gel, trying to find each other. You know, we've seen some good things. We've seen some frustration. You know, they missed a lot of layups in their last game, for example, against Cote d'Ivoire, but, you know, a lot of that, you know, they were under a lot of pressure in that game.
Yeah, agreed. Their scoring has gone down. 73 points in the first, 81 in the first game, 71 in the second, and 68 in the third. And Uganda are actually averaging more points than Nigeria. And when Nigeria started in that first game, we thought, wow, you know, this is incredible. 90 points, 93s, excuse me, in the first two games, and then the third game, they just couldn't get it going. A lot less threes, and Uganda were wanting to try and reduce that number even more to keep on top of this fast-running, very potent team. So maybe they've had their dip, and this will be the game where they come back, where they need to make their layups, their basic plays. If they can get their three-pointers going, Uganda are going to have a tough afternoon.
Well, we saw some incredible basketball yesterday, and especially from Guinea, beating the host, Rwanda, which I guess you would say that was an upset, especially since Rwanda had about as many people in here as they could. But at the end of the day, these games have to be won, and who plays the underdog role in this one? I guess it's perhaps Uganda, but who knows? We're going to pause for the playing of the national anthems.
And now, Nigeria national anthem, Arise, O Compatriots.
So referees for this game will introduce you now to the national anthems by Say, Wael Ibrahim, Mohamed Mustafa, and Diallo Mohamedou. And by Say is from Senegal, and it's a joy to have the referees with us, as always. And starting out will be Adam Seiko, Jimmy Inabu, Dean Gu, Ish Wainwright, and Arthur Kaluma for Uganda. And the starting five, and they've also got some firepower coming off the bench. Some excellent players, whether shooters, ball handlers, defenders, Truleba, Robinson Umpong, Ziwa, Tomokesh Okello, Oteke, and Rawire, and of course led by George Gallinopoulos, who also is a coach in the NBA G League with the Texas Legends, and just really, brings credibility to this program. His approach, his optimism, his what would you say, modern style of thinking. I mean, he's a basketball guy. He went to Indiana. He's from Chicago. Okay, Emelogu, Utomi, Amogbo, and Duba, and Domingo, and the starting five for Nigeria. Of course, Domingo hoping to recapture that form that saw him catch fire in that first game. Ogendarun Agu, who was terrific coming off the bench in the last game. Morty, Idogi, Koko, Nwafor, Benjamin, and there's Mike Brown. Well, needs no introduction, but we'll just go ahead and say it. NBA coach, coached at the Olympics this summer, and here he is coaching Nigeria at the AfroBasket. I'm guessing he does not want to finish this summer without a spot on the podium.
Yeah, that would have been his remit for sure. And yeah, what they've got to do, though, is we talked about it, they've got to take care of the simple shots around the hoop. Domingo could really do with rediscovering his three-point form. Just 19% now from the three-point range. He doesn't stop shooting it with Domingo. 5 of 26 now, and most of those threes were in that first game. So have they peaked within the first two games? And now they're on a slight dip. So Coach Mike Brown will hope that's not the case.
See if Daniel can turn the corner. If we throw it ahead, we got loop action. We play the game, okay? But then you come off that. If he's open, throw it back. If not, turn the corner. Let's get stops, man. As hard as you can. 1, 2, 3. Nice job. We start with that now. Here we go, man.
Yeah, just looking at some of the stats pre-game, and we'll see how it all plays out. Just under 45% from two-point range for Nigeria, 43% from Uganda. They're just under 30% from three, and Nigeria 35% from three, 56.7% from the line. They need to improve that. Nigeria 69% for Uganda, but as Coach Giannopoulos talks about pre-game, it's about guts, it's about the fight. It's just staying in the moment, go through the process, see where it takes you.
Well, we're underway in the Kigali Arena. Hello, everybody. It's the FIBA AfroBasket qualification for the quarterfinals. The winner of this game will take on Cape Verde in the quarterfinals. So a lot at stake here. Ish Wainwright comes right out and is right on target.
Yeah, nice little curl cut, just drifted up the three-point arc. Penetrating kick from Kaluma. Good start, Uganda.
Ish Wainwright, triple-double in the last game.
Yeah. Great play.
Unfortunately for Uganda, missed the last shot against South Sudan, but that's sports. Here is Arthur Kaluma, and he fumbles the ball out of bounds, or here's Ish Wainwright.
Yes, good side for Uganda. Looking sharp and calm, and just a little bit of help from the front of the rim, but nice job, assist from Arthur Kaluma.
So the ball was actually hit out of bounds by Nigeria. Seiko from the left corner, and he drills a three.
Supreme confidence from Uganda at the start of this game. They're just playing what's in front of them, taking what the defense gives them. Great job by Seiko. Right on time.
Oh, that was a high dribble. Looked a little awkward. Emelogu. Nduba. Quick pass down low to Atomi.
Great pass by Domingo. If he's not knocking his shot down, he can do other things. He's a good rebounder as well, so nice assist right there.
And Inabu misses with his jump shot, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Nice assist, wide open underneath there, Utomi. Such a key player for this group.
Had a great opening game against Mali. Certainly has popped up and made some big plays in all of the games. And Duba as well. Now his pass intended for Amokbo. Utomi has it. Now the long rebound over.
Yeah, good chase down there by Amokbo.
And Emelogu now, guarded by Dengu. He's going to play Rastafeta next season. Nice drive inside by Emelogu.
Yeah, reverse layup from the left. And not a lot of defense there as he went to the basket. Got to keep moving the ball sharp, Uganda.
Pump fake, Inabu at the free throw line.
Jimmy Inabu, pleased for him there. That was, got chased off the three-point line, so just one dribble, pull-up jump shot. Very nice.
Duba. Domingo. And Duba puts it up and answers with a long jump shot.
And Duba. Nice job, short-range jump shot.
Remember, Nigeria finished runners-up 4 years ago, and they won the AfroBasket back in 2015. Nice spin, Dengu. Inabu, shot clock winding down, has to launch it, and gets another one to go.
Jimmy Inabu, they're just playing tough, playing smart. Nice shot by Inabu. He's up to 4 points.
Seiko commits a foul. Seiko is the
Calling his mum, she's just over there. Great experience for her being a total. Sassy part of the game, sassy, sexy. And he made some huge shots.
You know what this
in the last game, in all 3 games, but especially against South Sudan.
What this team is able to do, they don't even have a gym to play in back home. It is remarkable. You know, somebody send out an SOS to the Ugandan government, get behind these guys. These guys are an exciting team. The sky is the limit.
Hey, hold on. Yeah, we're gonna stay together, but you can't call switch when there's no need to call switch. If he calls switch though, Daniel,
he said switch, then never mind. That's what you said. Okay. Switch, never mind. So I stick to my man.
Okay. But we can't do that. You know what I'm saying? If somebody makes a call, you gotta honor the call.
Next play, y'all.
I'm gonna say it one more time. You're taking the whole time out saying my phone. Let me just coach, okay? If somebody makes a call, just honor the call. That's it. If you fell on the ground, we got to bounce back up and get the play. Guys, they're shooting the shit out the ball. They're going to slow down, but we got to get the bodies in good test.
Let's go. Back y'all 3, 1, 2, 3.
Let's go. 13-0.
And the foul called on Nigeria playing defense. It's incredible, though, when you consider, again, as you look at Wainwright backing up, that they really had nowhere to play. They didn't really start training till they got here. So the fact that they've been able to grow as quickly as they have for Uganda it's a credit to the coaches, to the players for buying in, working hard. And obviously, all those people that are helping them from the federation that have traveled to be here. We'd understand if it wasn't for COVID, there'd be a lot more Ugandans that would have been here supporting this team.
Yeah, that is correct. And George Giannopoulos talks about it. That it is a miracle, and they are blessed to be here. But now they are playing like a team that deserve to be here and could beat Nigeria. Nigeria are really struggling.
Yeah, you'd almost expect Nigeria to have the start that Uganda had.
And
sure. Uganda to have started like Nigeria. But
the loss to Cote d'Ivoire, and the fact they're scoring less and less, and that you live by the jump shot, you die by it. And I know Uganda are hitting some big threes, but they've got lots of other options as well going to the hoop, like Kaluma, as you've already mentioned, and the very brave Dengu.
So stepping in and taking, or rather being called for the block was Ogundaran.
It's fortunate there again, working in tight spaces along that sideline. Thought he had pretty good position there.
So Domingo goes out, Utomi goes out, and it's nice to see Agu come into the game. He's been one of the real bright spots. Here's Opong, another three, and it's 21-6.
Yeah, that's just awesome by Robinson Opong. He's 100% from behind the arc. And the game plan is working at 100% for Uganda at the moment.
Gundaran takes it down low. Morty from the arc, good.
Yeah, you can rely on Alan Mordy to come in and just knock it down. Jeremiah Mordy, sorry, Alan Mordy's one of the UK's up-and-coming rising stars.
Here's this Wainwright. Good defense by Morty. Plays it Khan in France. Dingu goes in, and there's a Gundaran trying to draw another charge. No whistle. Emelogu. And that was a little short. Ish Wainwright thought about passing it up the floor.
Yeah. Uganda have got to keep playing at the same pace. No letdown. They've got to get as big a lead as possible while Nigeria are struggling.
Kaluma. Into the corner, Dingu from the right, and it goes up now to 24-9.
They are just playing perfect basketball, and I tell you what, Arthur Kaluma's becoming a really nice assist man as well. Provider there, just a couple of dribbles, defense reacts towards him. He says, I'm going to hit Dingu in the corner, and he does, and wow.
Well, a long way to go, but
I'm going to try and say wow a bit less today. I can't help it. I'm going to try and say wow a bit less today, but I can't help it.
No, you can't. Tony Droleba getting in, and boy, great rim protection there by Wainwright, but also good position there by Dingu.
Yeah, just good reaction from the Ugandan team. They're playing well at both ends of the floor.
Here's Gu. Oh, he was so open, I thought he was going to dunk it. I think he couldn't believe how open he was, and it leads to a fast break opportunity for Agu.
Really surprised he just didn't elevate and take it off. I don't know if he's feeling the after effects at all from the other night. It doesn't look to be after hitting that three, and Wainwright making sure he fouled. I think that's a good enough basketball play.
We saw Agu wanting the unsportsmanlike, but Dingu's going to go out. Seiko and Akello come in. Droleba goes out as well. And Ziwa, who has had some bright moments as well, comes back into the game. You know, it stands to reason the more games this Uganda team gets under its belt, the better they will become. You should be able to say the same thing about Nigeria.
Yeah.
But it seems to be working a little bit in reverse. So they've really got to discover, get some rhythm here, get some confidence.
Yeah, and they've got to stick together because too many of the Ugandan threes are wide open. There's no rotation, there's no challenge on the shot. They're coming in trail. They are hitting some three-pointers on the trail, so Nigeria have to be aware of that.
He barely got that across midcourt in time. Opong, will it be his third three? Not this time. Ogundara. Into the corner, Ngduba gets into the paint, short. But second chance here for Nigeria. Bounce pass, dunk for Domingo.
Much better, extra possession on the offensive rebound. Uganda switched off just for a moment. Nice dunk by Domingo.
Keller spins. Nowhere to go, and great defense by Gundaran and Emelogu.
I'm not sure that's his game of Kello. This is nice. Nice little drop off by
Nduba to Domingo.
And Domingo, you know, he's 6'7", got good size, maybe. If the threes aren't going, if the threes aren't going, play closer to the basket, get some scores, get some rebounds, hustle plays, and then you can step out, and then maybe you'll hit your three then.
And Nduba drives, Morty from the left.
That's what Akello's job is, rebound, screen, hustle.
Kaluma puts it up, and from the stripe, and there is Opong going up. Good effort, though, by Nduba to knock it away from Opong.
Great job by Nigeria. Okello initially had it, and then Nigeria ripped it back.
Bodies going for the basketball. Here's Kaluma. Maybe he needs to hold up. Yeah, good quick hands by Emelogu. We've seen that before. Takes it away. Domingo quickly to Ogundaran, and he goes up and misses another layup for Nigeria.
Yeah, it's up and down here. Helter-skelter.
Good idea to got about a 6-second differential on the game clock and the shot clock. So if they take it down and they take the shot, with a couple of seconds left, they don't make it, they can try to get the offensive rebound, but they're going to take it a little bit earlier. And Opong, they've left time for Nigeria now to get it up the floor. Morty quickly to Domingo. Into the corner, Emelogu for three. And the shot just won't fall.
Yeah, but that was a good look by Nigeria there. Good extra pass by Domingo. Emelogu, standstill three. You back him to make it. Just didn't quite happen.
24-12, Uganda on top of Nigeria at the end of one.
Look at some of the stats. Nigeria's woes from behind the arc continue. 1 of 7 for them. 6 of 9 from Uganda. Outstanding. Even though Robinson Opong just missed his last couple. 2 of 6 from 2. 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Here's some of the highlights. A lot of highlights for Uganda. Ishmael Wainwright started it all off. It's 3 after 3. It's raining threes. Then they went inside. That was Nigeria's first play. Then Emelogu gets all the way to the basket. Robinson Opong gets chased off the three-point line, settles for the free throw line jump shot. Just perfect fundamentals. Many young players watching, that's how you fake dribble drive pull up. And that was just a little bit passive by Uganda there, but they carried on. Big time shot from Opong. That is so tough. Spins, fade away. Core strength, concentration, nothing but net. Really pleased for the likes of Robinson Opong, Jimmy Anabu, those guys that have been around this team for a while.
Yeah, I mean, they've grown up. I mean, but this, Uganda has a lot of basketball players in the country, outside the country, and, you know, clearly, you know, bringing in some reinforcements from overseas. Ugandans, you know, players with Ugandan parents.
Yep.
I know that Evelyn, you know, got her kids' passports very early, you know, and that's an issue with some. Apparently, you know, there are a lot more that want to play. So certainly, what this Uganda team is doing right now is putting their country in bright lights in the world of basketball, because they're playing some wonderful basketball. The big question is, can they use this great start to beat Nigeria? Second quarter action now underway in the Kigali Arena. Uganda owning the better of the exchanges in the opening quarter. Now Nigeria trying to put things right, and they turned the basketball over. Rawire, one of those players who's come from overseas from Canada, and another Canadian, Ziwa, Canadian Ugandan, has the basketball, shaking and baking. Oh. Now Seiko gives it to Kaluma. And Kaluma with the drive, and he met, was it Idogi? Went up for the, put him off his shot. Domingo for three. Great position down low by Idogi.
Yeah, that's what they've got to do now. Dogi's just got to be an enforcer in there, get in amongst the Ugandan defensive rebounders, which he does there. Gives Nigeria an extra possession. So he's got inside.
Look at Idogi.
Yeah,
Idogi
clear push.
had position.
Yeah.
There was only one green shirt. It's him against the world, basically.
And Goo's got to do a better job there of reacting to the situation.
And Duba again gets it to Idogi. This time he lays it up and in.
Yeah, nice move by Idogi. Just attacking the basket where he's most dangerous, right at the hoop.
Seiko over to Rawire, and Kaluma with the rebound, and puts it up and in.
Great job by Arthur Kaluma. He's an excellent rebounder. Good size. He's starting to get himself in the game. Nice job.
Dugba over to Agu. Shot clock winding down. Udogie looks up. He launches and right into the hands of Kaluma, who almost put it out of reach for Dingu, and Domingo able to get the basketball back.
Yeah.
And Kaluma called for the foul.
Yeah. Uganda trying to push. Gu never got control of that ball, and the shot was just off. You can see some tape actually at the top of his neck. It was going to be in position just to give him some support after his flip over. He's gone up for a block shot, and ended up falling off the back of the opposition player and landed right on his neck and back.
Morty has the pass intercepted. Here comes Ziwa, and this is the left-handed drive. Another empty possession. And the ball goes off of Emelogu again, off Udogie, and another empty possession for Nigeria.
Yeah, the last two possessions by Uganda, good defense, just disrupting the Nigerian offense. But they've had two very quick transitions, Uganda. They've come up empty, they've just a bit more control needed.
Oh, the handoff to Ish Wainwright, not able to control it.
Yeah, and he just wasn't quite in position, Ishmael. There. Again, fast attack. They've just got to make the most of these possessions.
Part of me thinks that Uganda, Nigeria putting it there on a platter for them to open up a big lead.
Yep.
And eventually this Nigeria team, you better watch out, because they can shoot. When they get hot, they can get on a roll. Ogunduran hands it off. Coco, and
Wainwright with another rebound. He's so important for this team.
Siwa into the corner. Ding. Inabu, pump fake, back to Ding. Oh, he gets blocked by Coco, and that's going to be 3 free throws.
Yeah. Yeah, good hustle by Coco. Hasn't played a lot of minutes.
No.
But, and this is the issue, when you come all the way out.
He's got him on the right hand.
Yeah.
On the follow through.
He's come out with energy and trying to make a difference for his country here, but just overextends and commits the foul.
So Ding makes the first. You have to go back and look, well, if you can stomach it. His fall the other day against South Sudan was about as scary a fall as you will ever see.
Take your time. He just rushed that one a bit. He's got the 5 seconds. Use it. Yeah, it was. And the fact he went off and came back on and made some big contributions down the stretch as well. It was outstanding.
So he gets 2 of the 3 to drop, and Malogu comes back into the game for Domingo. Also, Mogbo going to come back in for, I believe, Coco. Ogunduran. His team down by 14. Oh, it goes right into the paint. And, well, he had the shot, he just missed it, and I think fortunately for Nigeria, they're going to keep possession here. Look at this.
It's a tough move by Ngunduran, though. Good stand
by Rawire.
Rawire, he's a solid player for Uganda.
So Uganda get the ball.
Yeah, tough shot there. He's got hung up. It's just sort of a throw and hope in the end because it was made so tough by Rawiri.
Rawiri, good! Rattles it in. 17-point advantage for Uganda.
Yeah, they got a lot of players, Uganda, who are believing in themselves and their country, and the big lead. Big three, Rawiri.
Ding guarding Amogbo, and goes for the block. Good play by Ogundaran to get it back, hands it off to Morty. And the Ugandans mistiming their jumps, but they're going to get the basketball anyway.
Again, Nigeria just can't get it to fall. And Uganda just about hanging on. Ishmael Wainwright goes for the tip away, and Mokbo
not happy.
Knocks it out, and he's not happy. They're frustrated, but they got to make their layups. But the pressure mounts. Maybe again, Uganda are pushing them all the way. They've come out fast. They've now extending the lead, and Nigeria are going to be in shock. This is where we're going to see what sort of team they are. We know they've got good players, but now we're going to find out what team spirit they've been able to create in the short time they've had together. That's going to be the key now.
So the technical was on Amogbo for complaining?
That's all I can think.
For about, he said, I got fouled twice, I think.
Yeah, well,
so they're frustrated.
Mike Brown spoke about it in the last time out, just honour the calls, get on with the game. And that's what happens if you don't, if you complain too much.
And Rawiri gets in, and looked like he had the shot if he just put it up from the left.
Yeah, no, bit of a dipsy-do play there. Just go up with your left hand strong or dunk it. Yeah, as soon as he went to his right hand, Utami was able to get the steal.
Three-point shot. Dingu, another one.
Wow. Dingu, how do you do? He's a hero.
35-14, Uganda laying the wood to Nigeria.
Yeah, big three again, feet set. No harassment from the Nigerian defense. Too easy for Uganda.
Morty, wow, boy, did they need that.
Time and time again, he bails Nigeria out in their difficult moments. He does it again with a big three.
Over and back, because Opong was the last person to touch it.
Well,
good call. That's what I saw as well.
Again, it's sloppy though. Trying a handoff, and Nigeria, Moldy and Dugba, they're all good hustle players. You've got to take care of the ball here. Uganda now play some tough D.
Utomi. Back outside to Emelogu.
Yeah.
And violation, shot clock not in time.
Yeah, they've stopped sharing the ball. Emelogu decided he's going to go it himself regardless, and he's dribbled into the heart of the Ugandan defense, and then the 24-second shot clock expired. Great D by Uganda, and worrying signs here for Nigeria, Jeff.
Well, you know, Mike Brown alluded to this in the press conference. You know, missing layups, arguing with each other. You know, you got to come together. And when it's a new team, who's going to be the leader in this team? Who's going to emerge? Who's going to be the guy that gets you together? Ish Wainwright. Well, they tried to go with the alley-oop to Ding. It goes out of bounds. I don't think they want to get carried away with their start here.
No.
I'm sure Emelogu's thinking, are they trying to dunk on me?
Yeah.
You know.
I think if Gu's going to make that, then Gu, you need a Mogbo away from the basket or get screened out of the way, because he's too good an athlete to let that happen.
Here he is putting up a three. Rattles out. Tommy gets it back though.
Good hustle from Amogbu. He was surrounded by Ugandan defenders, and he was the one who poked it back out to continue the Nigerian offense. Uganda have got to stay switched on in every second of this game. That's an awful lot there.
Mogbo is calling the play, and Duba gets in the paint, goes up, and Malogu hustles to the basketball, gets it back again for the Tigers. Oh, boy, Ish Wainwright, a little collision there.
Yeah.
With Nduba, hopefully he's okay.
He's coming out too fast, Ishmael Wainwright, on the closeout and just couldn't stop.
He's going to go out of the game, Ish Wainwright.
Second foul.
So Kaluma comes back in.
And Dengu as well, so just watch what happens. Now Arthur Kaluma on the floor, so yes there is, excuse me.
But Kaluma just came back in.
They're going small ball. Okello's going to be the muscle. They've got to be careful here, Uganda, with this. Kaluma's going to have to play big, but maybe that will serve him better, that he's going to be playing the 4 spot. He can just operate in and around the key.
Well, the last time anybody scored, I think it was Morty's three-pointer. Here's Inabu coming up, fell out of bounds. It was probably a good thing that he did because he threw it into the hands of Morty, who looked like he was going to make a pass to the teammate for a layup.
Good hustle again from Uganda, though. Labour diving on the floor. They've got to outwork, they've got to out-hustle Nigeria. And then the rest of the game should take care of itself.
Mogbo goes right at Okello. He gets blocked with the help from Treleba, but they might have, yeah, they've called it on Okello.
Yeah, and that's the issue with Mogbo being in the game for Nigeria. He's got the advantage, and that's a good attack. Takes off with the right foot, and Treleba just, well.
No, but the foul was on
Okello. Yeah, he's got his hands on him again. He's going to struggle with foot speed and strength from Mogbo. Seiko's out of the game as well, so they've just got to be careful here.
Well, again, you see a team struggling, and you finally get to the line, a chance to cut it into the deficit, and you miss the free throw.
Yeah, they're shooting a low percentage of free throws, Nigeria.
Boy, he missed both.
The game. Yeah. I think the three-point shot started dipping, the free throws become difficult. They missed the layups. They've got to dig in here.
Inabu drives in, good! And it goes back to a 20-point advantage for the Silverbacks.
Jimmy buckets Inabu, gets all the way to the hoop. Left-hand finish, soft touch.
Atomi, silky smooth.
Desperately needed that, Nigeria. Atomi bailing them out with a 2. Now they need to stop Nigeria. They really do, more than any time in this tournament.
Kaluma.
He's thinking about his shot.
Opong, and the rebound, Morty.
Good defense by Maloglu, making it really tough for Opong there.
And Duba for 3. Now it's a 15-point game.
Much better by Nigeria. I think they play better in semi-transition on that 3. They haven't got time to think about it. Just do it.
Kaluma high off the glass, shoots it over the rim, and Duba quickly the other way. Good hustle from Treleba, but he kicked it, so great job by Uganda, though, getting back on defense.
They've got to keep doing that, and they've got the players to do it. They've got so many different options, but again with Arthur, I know I've talked about it previously, they were giving him the 3, and then when he's driven to the basket, he's got a Mogbu in his way, and he's had to put up a tough shot off the glass. Seiko's in now, so Coach Giannopoulos shuffling his pack here.
And shooting it from deep again, Utomi.
Utomi is tough. He can make some big shots off the catch or off the dribble. One dribble and fake like that.
Boy, and that pass to the corner, out of bounds, 12-point lead, which is what that deficit was at halftime. And looking at it from the side, it's like, wow, Nigeria must feel like they've gotten out of jail. They're right back in it.
It was a strange play because I think Anabu had broken through the defense, and that shovel pass out to Arthur Kaluma in the corner, just way too hard and too high. Just need to calm it down now, Uganda, and Nigeria keep making these shots.
Amalogu gets it to Mogbo. Terrific reverse layup.
Yeah, he's playing with super energy, Mogbo, and he attacks the basket and shows us a little bit of touch there with the reverse layup.
They've shaved 11 points off that 21-point deficit now. Nigeria. Kaluma. Back to the corner. Ziwa. Good.
Yeah. You've got so many different pieces, so many different players who can knock down the three. They're tough to guard, Uganda.
Now Nduba brings it up. Amalogu to Morty. Nduba looks at the clock. He knows it's go time. He passes it. Who's got it? It triggers a break. Seiko gives it back to his brother.
Yes!
How about that?
Right.
A 1-2 brotherly love punch.
Fantastic. Right in front of their mother. The perfect 2-on-1 break. We love the bounce pass. And the shot clock running down, but that's the worst place that they could have passed it. Seiko runs the floor, draws Utomi all the way to him. He makes a nice pass around the far side, and Arthur Kaluma. Very destructive above the ring, nice dunk. Good response from Uganda because they were creaking. Nigeria were hitting shots.
It's just simple basketball. If you bring it here, what do you think's gonna happen? You're gonna get trapped, okay? Emmanuel, the ball gets kicked to you, it goes in the back court. I know you're tired, but you got, no, I don't care. I don't want you to say it to me. I just need you to get back. I need you guys to fight through fatigue. We fought our way back in the game, and now they got a little bit of space because we gave up. We quit because we're tired. We got to have a little bit more mental toughness, and we're going to win this game. Okay? Come on now. Right now, let's go two. Believe in each other. Let's go two right now, okay? Let's go two. Come on, man. Three. Let's go two.
That's an important play by Seiko and Kaluma to just stop the momentum of Nigeria, but they've shot the ball much better of late. Nigeria 4 of 13 now from the three, and Kaluma's had a few nice assists in this game as well.
This was the reverse layup that Emmanuel Mogbo had.
Kaluma, 4 points.
That turnover.
Yeah, 4 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists for Kaluma.
Nice spin by Nduba.
Yeah.
Works his way to the free throw line.
Yeah, stayed really low on that play. Got lower than Ziwa. And Ziwa puts his hands on his back and pushes him.
Takes his time. Drills the first. Agu watching angrily. He wants to be out there. And both go in, so back to a 13-point deficit for the Tigers.
They're in a much better position than they were.
Ziwa. Unforced turnover. And now driving in, and Utomi with the easy bucket.
Giannopoulos looking on. Ziwa with the mistake offensively, and then way too easy for Utomi for the layup.
Seiko goes strong to the basket.
Yeah. I think they need to go through Adam Seiko. He's a smart player. He just burst through the gap of the Nigerian defense there.
Six seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Domingo still can't buy a basket from out there, Domingo. And it's going to be Uganda basketball with about 10 seconds, 10 and a half seconds.
Yeah, nice play. Dreleva couldn't Couldn't stop the score, and there's Seiko's finish. Strong, strong player, Adam Seiko. But they've got a lot of strong players who are showing great strength of mind.
Ziwa, and that was an air ball at the end, so not a good finish to the half for him. But Uganda, nevertheless, led by as many as 21 points, and they go to halftime on top, 44-31 over Nigeria.
Some of the stats. Uganda 6 of 15, 9 of 15 from 3, 5 of 6 from the line, 8 of 18 for 2 for Nigeria, 4 of 14. They've hit a couple of threes of late, so maybe they're heating up, and 3 of 6 from the free throw line. 20 rebounds to Nigeria, 15 Uganda, 10 assists to Nigeria, 13 assists to Uganda, 11 turnovers to 7. Nigeria leading that stat, which they do not want to do. Utomi 9 points leading the way. Ndugba 7, Mordi 6, Seiko 8, Gu 8, Apong 7, sharing the scoring, sharing the responsibility. The best plays of the first half. Ismail Wainwright getting started early. Nice little drift up the three-point arc for 3. Then Emeloglu, easy layup. Robinson Apong, nice fake, and drains the 2. And Ndugba, just a couple of dribbles, sets himself and knocks that down. This is really tough. That is a tough shot. Dribbles, the drive is taken away, and to have the confidence. 2 players coming towards him, they're thinking, oh, he's going to hand it off. No, that is big-time basketball. Then Seiko, you can't leave him wide open. That's automatic. That's a practice shot, and he's calling.
Well, his the colorful language of Mike Brown said it all. I mean, they are shooting it well. They're 9 of 15 from three-point range, as you said, Uganda, and this Nigeria team just has not been the same team since that really. Probably the game back to Mali.
Yeah, when they had a massive lead, and then Mali came all the way back to a 1-point deficit. You see the Domingo slam. I think that's where he needs to operate. His release is just too flat. He's a high jumper.
And Domingo, he scores here, but
yeah, he's a non-factor from behind the arc now.
Yeah.
He's a high jumper, and the release has got flatter and flatter. So I don't know if he needs a little bit less jump and get the.
He's 0 for 3. I mean, Uganda have made just enough mistakes to help Nigeria stay in the game down by 13 points.
Yeah.
But, you know, somebody needs to show some leadership for Nigeria, do you think? I mean, is that what it's crying out for?
Yeah, a captain on the floor. They cannot point fingers at anyone. Great move from Jimmy and Abu. They can't point fingers at each other. Let the coaches let the players know if they're not performing to the level they need. They've just got to pull together. It's a young group, it's a new group, and this can be an issue if teams are just thrown together with no history of playing, or recent history of playing for their country.
So 44-31, Uganda on top of Nigeria at halftime. Turns over again. And nice pin by Cash.
Yeah, Cash cashing in for a block.
Alley-oop! Prince Ebe!
And Kenny Gasada put a little grin as he runs back. That's too easy.
Moving the ball quickly, but the ball goes through the hands of Shaka. He gets to see Mo Keita.
Oh!
Boy, he hit the runway, and it was over.
Elevator up.
Joseph Bango with one of the blocks of the tournament.
I can't believe it. That is unreal.
He sent that ball all the way back to Angola to get him involved. Conde behind the back pass to Conde, and the foul. Goodness me. Put it on the highlight reel.
Yeah, beautiful behind the back.
We have walked this land for a long time. We know how far we've gone, and we're sure of how far we can go. Unity is not just a word here. It's not just a spirit in this sport. It's the way we all move. We are proud of our art, country, family, language, and culture. We are united by basketball.
Welcome to FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022.
go on a prolonged run, and there's the Ugandan leader, Seiko, 8 points. Kaluma, 4 rebounds, and Nabu, 3 assists. So 3 different guys for Uganda leading the 3 main statistical categories, which is good for Coach Giannopoulos. They're all contributing. Wainwright's got a couple of fouls.
It does feel like, though, that Uganda could be up by 20, 22 points.
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
So from that standpoint, you know, a couple of mistakes at the end, you know, late in the half, and Nigeria capitalized, and at least they're within striking distance. They obviously have to play better. They're still down by 13 points, but, you know, this thing could be a lot worse. And if they come out and get some confidence, I think what's encouraging for Uganda is they seem to have the athletes that can match the Nigerians in that respect. And so, you know, they're not going to get killed on the boards, although I think Nigeria have, what, an advantage of 5 in that first half. I don't know. We'll see. It's sometimes when a team has an opportunity to have an even bigger lead, it comes home to roost, and they so that the opening exchanges here in the second half should tell us how this thing is going to go.
Yeah, we said it in commentary, when Uganda got the advantage, and Nigeria were clearly struggling again with their 3-point shot. Just 4 of 14 in this game, and Uganda were on fire all over the court. That was the time to build a big lead, which they did, and then they've just got to learn to play with it and just play through the game, play through the situations, the scenarios. They've got to outwork and out-hustle Nigeria and be smart. Ziwa came in. He's had some good moments in this competition. A little bit disappointed with a couple of his turnovers.
Yeah, he struggled a little bit today.
Yeah. But hey, that's international basketball tournaments where the games come thick and fast. You just got to be ready mentally. Hopefully Uganda here come out in the second half and provide a solid performance.
Well, they've also got Wainwright, who sat down late, and I think when he's in the game, that makes a huge difference. So I think that was a calculated decision that Coach Giannopoulos made. And with Wainwright not in foul trouble, we'll see if that pays off.
Yeah, Ziwa in that last game against South Sudan, 6 points and a rebound, but he's had some good moments. He can do better than what he showed in that first half. As for some of the statistical categories that happened so far in that first half, Nigeria 8 offensive rebounds, 2 for Uganda. So Uganda got to keep boxing out. And they have the bodies to do it. Just have to get the right players on the floor. 11 points from turnovers for Uganda, 13 points from the bench to 9. Nigeria 12 points in the paint. Assists, Nigeria 11 to 7. Assists 13. So 13 assists to 7 turnovers. Good job by Uganda, but they've got to keep their foot to the metal, because you know Nigeria are going to come with a big run. Their tournament is on the line here. They go home if they lose this. As for Uganda, they've got to keep believing. Just play the moment, play the situation.
Second half action underway. And Kigali, Rwanda, of the FIBA AfroBasket 2021, the qualification for the quarterfinal. Ish Wainwright. And great hustle there by Amugbo.
Good intention from him there. He just took off after that ball, and he made it his own.
Giannopoulos really telling his guys to D up over here. Amugbo passes it over to Domingo, who gets in for a layup.
I like what Stephen Domingo's doing there. Get inside on the weak side. Amugbo with the good find.
Back to an 11-point deficit. Jimmy and Abu. And a little bit of a late whistle.
Yeah. Again, Jimmy Nabu with that little bit of fade on his shot. Amugbo overstretching, commits the foul.
This is Domingo on that last layup.
You know, I think he can be just as destructive to me and go underneath the hoop, just play off the other guys.
Well, that was a big call. I have to look back at the replay at some point, but it's probably the right call, but it's just because it was a little bit of a late whistle. It kind of makes you think, but or maybe it frustrates Nigeria. Makes one of two. Good rebound by Amogbo. Again, boxing out.
Yeah, he's key. He is a leader on this team.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually. We're talking about it.
If we're going to pick one out, I would say he's the one.
Yeah, that's a good spot, Graham.
Thank you, Jeff.
Takes one to know one, right?
You got it, yeah. Well.
Okay, so the foul was, yeah, it was kind of, couldn't really see it over there on the left. I'm sure it helped with the Nabu going down to get the call made. So back to a 12-point lead to Tommy. Well, he launches and it's good.
Wow.
He can do it. Look out. Here they come.
Way
Nigeria.
downtown.
Back to within 9 points for the first time in a long time. Inabu over to Kaluma. And Dingu could not control it. So the ball goes back over to the Tigers.
Good penetrating kick, and again, Arthur Kaluma left wide open. Just a little bit flat on that shot. Uganda have just got to use Kaluma in the right way, and spotting up is until he can make one. It's not the best place for him to be used.
Well, they catch a break there because the ball goes off the hands of Itomi.
Yeah, good. Just a little bit of hustle from Uganda. They've just got to play all that hustle on the defensive end and then under control on the offensive end, because Nigeria are asking a lot of questions here.
Kaluma again for three. This time,
yes!
Gets it to go.
Finally, he knocks one down.
Maintain your objectivity here. Come on. No, you're right.
I'm pleased for him. I'm really pleased for the boy.
Down low. Here he goes. Emelogu.
Look at what it's done to Uganda here with the energy up.
Yeah, it has definitely picked him up. Inabu avoids, gets the rebound, puts it back. Didn't hit the rim, so they haven't reset the shot clock. Here's Inabu, and he was fouled, I believe, by Nduba.
Yeah.
So much like Uganda turned it over cheaply late in the first half, the same thing happened to Nigeria. Oh yeah, that was an easy one. A foul on Nduba, who's going to come out and be replaced by Gundogan.
Yeah, good attack by.
He works hard, Nduba.
Yeah. They all work hard. There's no issue with their work ethic, but he is quick. Gundogan and
quick
Nduba. Yeah.
Here's Ish. Soft little jump hook. Kaluma keeps it alive, but Domingo rebounds the miss. Domingo trying to get inside, and he is fouled by Ding. Good play by Domingo in attack mode. His jumper's not falling, so go to plan B.
Yeah, he's blessed with having good size, 6'7", so he can play inside, outside, and he's playing smart. Three's not happening, so play closer to the basket, put all the pressure he can on the Ugandan defense.
Domingo makes the first.
Yeah, nice looking stroke there. This is actually his first free throws of the competition. But the closer he plays to the basket, the more aggressive he is, he will end up at the line a lot more, and he misses the second.
Tengu turns. Seiko. Inabu, pump fake, gets inside, lays it up and in. Nice move by Inabu.
Jimmy Inabu, that is big time play. No shot blocker. Mogbu not able to affect that shot. Inabu gets all the way to the front of the rim. Uganda coming again, Jeff, showing great resilience here.
And low, and oh boy, another missed layup by Morty, who wanted a foul. Seiko again, and puts it up and in.
Clever.
A tale of two layups. Adam Seiko.
Well,
Seiko says he was fouled. Let's look.
This is clever.
Yeah, he was holding on to him a little bit.
Yeah. Fortunate to get away with that one. But yeah, Taylor, two missed layups. Seiko's under complete control. Morty just couldn't get it to go under a little bit of pressure from the Ugandan defense.
Jordan tried to drive it. He didn't have anything. He made a simple pass to Daniel. Daniel drove it. It's a hell of a cut. Just like the last game, you got to make a layup, though. All right? If you get to the rim and nobody's there, just make the layup. Hit it right off that square on the backboard, and it'll go in. Don't try to finger roll or anything like that. Hell of a cut, hell of a drive and pass. Great job initiating the offense. Defensively, Jordan, no, don't tell us you're mad. I'm just talking to you. Don't allow him to drive straight line to the baseline for a layup. Somebody's going to come across and trap the box. All right? Let's go quick. We're going to go quick for Daniel right here. Quick. Here we go, man. Let's get some stuff. Man or zone, run quick.
Well, another turnaround, another twist. It's a nice drive baseline. Coach Mike Brown to say, don't give him the straight line drive to the base. And this time, he's just caught and shot the ball before he's even thought about attacking the basket. So maybe that's the way for Arthur Kaluma, just catch and shoot, don't think about it.
Yeah, you can see the frustration from Mike Brown. They're running the offense right. He says they're getting the layup, but you got to make it. Morty. And maybe the irony in that is that Morty's actually hit tougher shots. Although I think he was complaining about being fouled, but nevertheless, Seiko.
Yeah, the only thing that maybe was against him, he's on the left-hand side. He's gone in with his right hand. That may well have been playing into the hands of the Ugandan defense.
Bounce pass, Udogie. And then he gets it back. And it'll be 5 seconds on the shot clock. I mean, I know, again, you want to pass it out to get to three, but Udogie is right there, man.
Yeah.
Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah.
Right here. Go for it.
Yeah. Or just do a shot fake, or just go over the top.
Try to dunk it on Ding.
Yeah. And then then that pass is never happening because Seiko has now drifted across from the weak side. So just recognizing situations for Nigeria. They've got to think clearly. Can't get it in as well.
Good job in Duba, the last second, throwing it off the Ugandan defender, Druleba.
Yeah. Ugandan's defense has really stepped up the last couple of minutes.
And Morty. Dogie rebounds the miss, gets blocked. And it's fouled by Robinson Opong.
In the end, for the second attempt, they got the ball in too easy. And good job by Udogie. Eight points a game, 6.7 rebounds coming into this game. 62.5% from the line, but Nigeria need both of these to fall, and then maybe they can put some full court pressure on. They have the athletes to do that for sure.
Makes just one of two. And now the pass up to Kaluma. Oh, nice step. Oh, and he puts it up and in.
Beautiful Euro step to get round the defender, and he finishes right at the hoop. Ugandan basketball at its best.
Emalogu, and an out. Going to be Nigeria basketball as Juleba stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, not a lot of room on that baseline. I can see what he's saying. He's driven past Mordy.
And now the basketball is going to go back to Uganda. And boy, when you see that come from Nigeria in this situation, cannot even inbound the basketball. It has gone off the rails.
Good job by Uganda. Just keep the pressure up the floor. Keep asking questions of Nigeria, even when they're just trying to inbound it.
It's been a fascinating FIBA AfroBasket. Kaluma goes in, a little bit short. Ishwain right there, though, gets the basketball, goes up strong.
Yeah, everything falling for Uganda. Kaluma misses, but the rebound, or the missed shot, just falls into the hands of Wainwright. No reaction at all from the defense.
Three-point shot, no good from Nduba. Dengu rebounds it, and all the momentum now with the team in red. The Silverbacks. Kaluma, pump fake. And trying to do too much there.
Yeah, no way through there for Kaluma, but because he made the last three, they went out and made him dribble.
Morty, and that's a big play. That's a 5-point swing.
I just think they can shoot the ball better in semi-transition. Fast pace, catch and shoot in rhythm.
Kaluma again, this time thinks twice about putting it up and gives it back to Juleba. Now Dengu from the arc. Nigeria incredibly still in it. Emalogu gets blocked by Dengu. Morty. Udogi, oh boy.
Good
Hard to believe there's not a foul with all that collision.
And Dengu on the floor in exactly the same spot we had the issue against South Sudan. And they, again, just can't get it to go. Great job by Kaluma.
Certainly letting him play. Look at that.
Luckily, no one's fallen on Dengu in that spot. Oh my gosh. Someone did actually, but hopefully.
Actually, Morty did a good job of avoiding him when he was coming down.
Especially his head. Well done, Morty.
And Duba again. Udogi backs up Kaluma and he's fouled.
Yeah, Udogi, good quick move, putting pressure on Kaluma. Just a little fade away on that jump shot, and here go to the line for two shots.
Looking like he wants to get back in there.
Yeah, another one of the rotation players for Uganda, and they've got plenty of them. And I think that's why they're dangerous. They go 12 deep, Jeff. I was looking at roster pre-game. All of them have had positive input at some point during this AfroBasket.
Well, let's go down and listen.
Otherwise, you're not going to play. You're open, shoot that till you nail it, okay? And forget about it then. Forget about the rest. Forget about everything. Keep your heads. Everything is going to test you right now. You understand? They're going to test your poise. It's going to test your resilience. Stay calm. Everything's cool. Be good. Come on. All right? Everything's fine. All we got is us. We're all we got. Okay? We're going to be just fine. This was just to cool our heads and keep us poised, okay? Hey, relax. Everybody, relax. We're fine. We're gonna get this stop. We're gonna get this rebound. We're gonna get this rebound. Shut the fuck up. We're gonna get this rebound. We're gonna go back down the court, and we're gonna play push on Robinson's side. Okay, set the flare. Everything's fine. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Great.
Yeah, that was a dramatic timeout, Jeff. Apologies for any.
For a team that is leading by 15, well, we clearly know that coach wants Kaluma to put up the threes if he's open. And the funny thing is, as you look at this again, this is where he drives in and scores.
That's nice. That's where he's tough.
He kind of gets a little bit, upset, and then he's like, "It's okay, we're fine, everybody." And then he snaps at somebody again. So clearly, he just wants this thing to to finish and to win the game, you know?
Sure, he was trying to get his point across, and then guys just kept chipping in with, I'm not sure what they said, and I think sometimes the coach just wants silence, get the point across. It was just to cool them down, relax their minds, and try and enjoy the occasion, as we all are courtside here in Kigali.
The Nigerians are not, but they will be enjoying it if they come back.
Yeah, sure. This is huge again. Another 3-minute segment of the game that's massive for both teams.
Robinson Opong back to Ish Wainwright. Treleba from the arc. And maybe that's the way to go. He's just saying, back yourself, guys.
Yeah.
Shoot the basketball. Domingo.
Yeah, just off. Looked better on the release. He was just off right.
Now Dogi. Nice handoff.
Yeah, not for the first time. Uganda just caught ball watching a little bit. Treleba was too far over on the weak side. Domingo smart, misses the three, gets the
Robinson Opong. Katomi, he's got the size on Treleba, fades away, it's good.
Great move. Superb fade, just dribbles in a couple of dribbles towards the hoop and then fades towards the baseline. Nothing but net.
And misses the hustle for the basketball. It's going to be Nigeria's.
Yeah, now, you know, the coach wants success for Kaluma from three, and he did say to him in that timeout, just if they're giving you it, take it. He may have shot that one a bit early. It's just a balancing act. Just a balancing act for Arthur Kaluma. So many weapons within his arsenal.
13 points. Nigeria trail. Will they go inside? Will they pass it back out to the perimeter? Here's Atomi. He has it knocked away by Ish Wainwright.
Yeah.
Here's Dingu on the break now. He's got options. They pass it back to Opong. He pulls up and it's good.
That
is
as good as it gets, Jeff, in transition. Just wonderful togetherness, smartness, being aware of who the shooter is. Great D by Ishmael Wainwright, gets his knees dirty, dives on the floor, kicks it ahead. Dengu, smart play, couple of dribbles, passes. Inabu to his running partner Opong, and that is tough. Defense have got out to him. Have we got another miracle in Kigali on our hands?
Well, it'll be a miracle at this point if Nigeria come back and win the way this thing is going. Up ahead he goes, and it's Kaluma. Oh boy, the foul sends Kaluma back to the line. And you can just see the frustration of these Nigerian players.
And again, Kaluma in the open floor. He's too big, he's too strong. Once he gets that sort of momentum going towards the basket in transition.
He's got 9 points.
Well, Mike Brown, top NBA coach, NBA champion with Golden State. But whether he was or not, he's got massive NBA experience. But this is maybe his toughest coaching job that he's taken on in his career, because he's trying to develop these players as well as win games in a big tournament.
Free throw is good by Kaluma. Yeah, you know, you get a national team program. Obviously, the more that you're around and you can coach guys and year after year, and if everybody's on the same page and you have the same players, all of this feeds in.
And that's the issue Nigeria have got.
Well, it's an issue that a lot of federations have.
Sure. We shall see how it develops.
Nduba. And Uganda starting to lower the boom once again, up 18 points with possession.
Just superb team play from everybody that's been on the floor. They're together and they believe.
Opong again from the arc. It's good. I mean, is he good? Is he a shooter? Wow.
Beyond good.
I think he needs a little more arc on that shot.
Yeah. That's why he's tough to guard. High jump, but he's got a high arc as well.
Emelogu. Domingo flies in for the rebound. Nduba open, wide open for three, and he's good.
Yeah, that's way too open. Just in broken play there, he knocked the three down. Massive for Nigeria there.
Truleba plays for the City Oilers back home. The championship team loses it out of bounds. So again, see if Nigeria can capitalize here at the end of the quarter. See him just fumble it away. And Nduba again, Amogbo, and that's off. You know, the Nigerian shooters are missing a lot of them open looks as well. It's just a rare sight these days. We saw it from Nduba late, but overall it's been a tough ask. Uganda lead it 67-49 over Nigeria at the end of three quarters.
Here's the stats. Uganda 10 of 23 from two, 13 of 25 from three. That's a lot of volume and good makes. 8 of 10 from the line, 50% from the line for Nigeria. 7 of 24 from three-point range. And 11 of 27 from two. Here's the best plays from the third quarter. And Nigeria have been threatening to get back in this game, get right back into it. Maldik with the pass from Emelogu, two of their key guards. Talking a great rotation, that's perfect. And then Domingo decides to play on the weak side. He just plays off the post. Ball watching, they're all ball watching. Domingo just drifts in from behind and can't be letting that happen. But Domingo playing smart, his three's not going. So just operating around the hoop, and then this is tough. Tommy just creating the space into Truleba and drifting.
Yeah, you know what, he was complaining about being fouled there, and I think he was.
Yeah.
He was hit on the elbow.
Yeah. There was enough contact there, and he's saying that, but just got to get on with. This was perfect. Perfect transition if you want to knock down a three on the trail play, Apong. But the defense had got out to him. They know it was Apong that was there. Hand up. Hand down, man down. But the hand was up, and Apong was just able to elevate and knock down the three. A real pivotal moment there in the game.
He's 4 of 8 from three-point range, and as a team, Uganda are 13 of 25, and in anybody's book, that is very good shooting, with the exception of maybe Durant, Steph, and Clay. They probably shoot around 60, 70. Seriously, that is good shooting. 13 of 25, 7 of 24 for Nigeria, and to be honest, it's surprising they've made that many. It doesn't seem like they have.
Just not got
Here's Emelogu. Emelogu just can't find the range. 0 for 6.
Yeah, they're big players. Nigeria needed to play massive today to get the win.
Taylor gets it to Ish Wainwright, and he turns and puts it up. And I think what's encouraging for Uganda is, I mean, you know what? I was wondering if Coach Kalinopoulos maybe pulled some of his guys out for a little bit too long in that first half, but the thing is, he's got guys that are showing responsibility. They're still getting experience at this level as well, and it's going to pay off. Here's Seiko, and he goes down. Now Domingo. Agu in the corner. Domingo, he can't mess around. He's got to put it up, and he does. And I think it's that sense of desperation that sometimes helps you focus just that little bit more. He gets it back to 15 points. And maybe that'll be the start of something special for Domingo. Ish Wainwright. Guarded by Domingo, gets it back to Seiko. And he puts it up, a reverse. Nigeria running 2-on-2. Is Nduba going to hold it up? He's going to whip it over to Emelogu. And back to Agu. He's got to back himself. Oh, it was going in and it came out.
Yeah, it just didn't look like a natural shot. Just hesitated for a moment. Just unfortunate for Nigeria. It just didn't fall.
And not a bad idea now just to take it out, take some time. Siwa.
Siwa again, just...
He was tripped up or fouled, I think, by Nduba on that one.
Yeah. He's just forcing it, maybe just chasing the game, as Dirk Baumann said in, well, right at the start of the tournament, we chatted.
This. But he was fouled.
Yeah, of course. But he's trying to make something happen. He's desperate to really help his team and do something positive. But he plays some good defense down that end of the floor. Good, moves his feet well, keeps his hands up.
I quite like Rawira. I'd like to see him get some more minutes.
Yeah. Just had just under 5 minutes. He's played 3 points.
Yeah, he hit the 3 on the break.
Yeah, plus minus a 6. So they've got guys that are sitting that are doing a good job.
Ish Wainwright, Okello, and Ogundaran now over to Domingo. See if they can put up another 3. And Malogu hasn't hit one today. He's actually 0 for 7. And now the miss by Amogbo. And I think that has to go down, as, even though it's contested, as another missed layup for Nigeria.
Yeah, Amogbo's got to be tough. But he hasn't got the length of some of these other countries, has he? That's an issue. He's a powerful, athletic player, but some of these guys that we've seen, like Keita from Ngu and Akuth, they've just got incredible length to finish around the hoop.
And Domingo, wow. Again, another one that was in the ring and came out.
Yeah, tough shot. Ismail Wainwright, close attendance.
Ziwa, shot blocked. A short Amogbo avoids Ziwa. Domingo again. Good! He gets it to fall.
Yeah, he's now back to where he was in that very first game that we saw Nigeria play. He's blocked the shot, he's got to his spot, drains the 3, and Domingo starting to take over here for Nigeria.
And what I liked about it was the previous trip down on defense, he got down in the lane and it was like he let out a war cry. Yeah. He was ready to go.
Yeah.
So it's only a 12-point lead now for Uganda. Still some work to do.
Defensively, we're getting misses. We're not pushing the basketball. Don't play against the clock. Play your game. Unless we call something on a dead ball, push the ball up the court and continue to attack. Continue to attack, continue to attack. That's our best offense. We're getting the stops that we want. And then we're slowing it down on this end. We're not getting what we want. We're taking bad shots, and then they're getting open threes. We talked about in the locker room the very first part of the game, before the game. It will bleed into our defense if we take bad shots. Okay? We're going push swing for Adam right now. Ish, you're here. Actually, it's Dang. Let's go Dang. Let's go Ish. Hit Dang. And fake this way. Come off. Whoever's back here, Jimmy, Dang. You guys are staggering for Adam.
Flip it. They're going to switch it. They're going to switch it. Cool, cool. Defensive 3, 1, 2, 3. Defense. Ish, he slips. Okay?
Yeah, Coach Kolanopoulos just outlining what things weren't going quite right, and then he puts in the play. Being positive with the guys, just tell them play up tempo, but they've got to play in control.
So Gundaran down, chasing around the ball in the backcourt. Now it comes back, and Malogu, former SMU Mustang. And it's going to be Nigeria basketball. The pressure, look at him. The fight is there. You can see it. Amogbo, Domingo, Agu. It's batten down the hatches. Get ready. Could be a rough ride here to the finish for Uganda.
Yeah, they're being tested here. Got to stay together.
Domingo for 3. Boy, he has been very unlucky on his last 2 shots. That ball has been in and out. Inabu from the corner.
Yeah, they're only getting 1 shot now, Uganda.
Domingo has it knocked out of his hands by Ish Wainwright. Oh, Seiko saves it in bounds barely. Both teams trying to, oh boy, that was an that was an 8-second violation.
Yeah. Seiko involved in 2 turnovers quickly. And Deng, again, I question why is he involved with trying to bring the ball up? I think Deng should just go the other the other end of the floor, maybe just spot up around the three-point line to help break the pressure.
So Tommy comes back into the game. 12-point deficit for Nigeria, 6:48 remaining. And they are looking a little more like themselves.
Yeah, Domingo hitting some shots. They're just reducing and keeping Uganda to one shot.
And the ball goes out of bounds.
The pass was just too low from Domingo. Tough catch for Utomi. Unnecessary, unforced turnover. Bit of encouragement for Uganda to finish this game off. Lots of time left though.
Kaluma. And was kind of tripped, I think. Or he stumbled. Gundaran again. Now he loses it, and Uganda get on the ground and get it. Dingu, bounce pass, Kaluma. And that's one of those where you bring it back out.
I think so. I know Coach Ganalopoulos was saying let's push, but he's got the rebound. He's got the move inside, sorry.
Kaku goes baseline. Oh, it still won't go in, but there was a Mugbo for the putback. Nigeria have closed the gap to 10 points.
Yeah, Mogbu doing what he does best. Kagu misses. Kagu and Mogbu, no box out on him.
The spin. Opong for three. Good.
Yeah.
Wow, how big has he been?
He has been huge, Jeff. Great spin dribble by Wainwright. He's such a good passer. He zips his passes. No chance for the defense to react. Opong knocks it down.
He's definitely in the running for the Golden Shooter Award, if there is one. Here we go, and Opong passes up, and great effort by Gundaran to get back. Now Tommy, and Tommy drives in, no foul.
Wow. We'll have to see the replay on that maybe.
Back to an 11-point game. Wainwright. 4:45 remaining. Inabu. Dingu from the arc. That's good.
Just
taking that shot with confidence.
That is sensational play by Dengu. Great footwork. You can see the tape on the back of his neck. He is a warrior for Uganda. He drains the three, and they are edging closer to another huge upset in AfroBasket 2021.
Rastafeta is getting a very good player in Dengu. There's no doubt about that. Uganda 15 of 29 from three-point range now. And Deng 3 of 4 from the arc.
Hey, but right now, the tough part about it is when we're tired, we're not making good basketball plays. Emmanuel, when you catch the ball at the top of delay, what are you supposed to do? Huh? You got a DHO. You're holding it for like 3 seconds. The defense is getting settled, and then you're taking one dribble and you're picking it up. When you catch it at the top of the floor, guys again walk in and pin down, DHO and play the game. Don't fall into the trap when you're too tired. All right? Okay? Any questions? Let's go angle right here. Angle. Let's go. No, quick for Ben.
Again, we spoke about it, that Coach Brown's trying to develop these players. He was coaching there. He's not talking tactics or what's the next play. He's trying to say to him, what are you supposed to do? You know, that is basic sort of coaching. Don't hold on to the ball too long.
Right.
Dengu certainly didn't hold on to the ball too long there. I mean, it's just a great three-pointer.
Emalogu. Well, somebody got to launch. That's his distance right there. He can hit that. Itomi. Ogundaran. Back to Morty for three. That was worth the wait, wasn't it?
Yeah, buckle up, everybody. Nigeria make a big three. That was good patience. Penetrate from the left, kick to the right.
Three-pointer again from Morty. And Now Dingu, under 4 minutes to go now. Wainwright from the left, goes in and out. There is the rebound, and Morty took it away from Kaluma. He reached down, and now Nigeria with 3:40 remaining. Tommy gets in the paint, and a foul called. So Tommy goes to the line for 2 very important free throws. He's got 18 points. He has turned it over 5 times, but also has a couple of assists. And he has not attempted a free throw yet. So these are huge for Nigeria as they look to claw this deficit back.
Wainwright's 4th foul. That play, he moved his feet well, and he had his hands up straight, but as Utomi went round into the left, he just dropped that left hand, and referees are always going to call that. Not for the first time, Wainwright in some foul trouble, but he's in amongst there, getting very physical. Wainwright plays multiple positions on this team.
So Tommy gets it back to 10, the deficit, and remember, the winner advances to the quarterfinal to take on Cape Verde. He's just got a natural stroke, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's just beautiful the way it comes off. Heavy spin as it comes out of his hand. Plenty of early height. Domingo back in. Let's see if he can catch fire again, maybe from behind the arc or close to the hoop. Whatever's going to help Nigeria.
Kaluma turns it over. And Duba down the baseline. And again has to resort to throwing it off of Ding.
Ding had Duba trapped in the corner there. It's a pity for Kaluma. He just attacked, and then he was trying to make his own shot and couldn't get that, so he's making his decision in midair. But he's 19 years old. So much to learn, so much potential, and excellent play now as well.
Tommy for 3. This will be his best if he hits it, and it goes out. It was saved in by Adogi, but the ball goes out of bounds.
They've just got to play with maximum energy now, Uganda. That was a tough shot.
Nigeria could really do with a turnover and a fast break here to make things interesting for them.
Maybe they need Uganda to get an extra guard on the floor.
Dingu. Oh, quick shot, but now pass ahead to Adogi. Domingo open, and again long. They stay with it, and Opong comes up with the basketball.
I think he's got to take that, Jeff. He's in transition. He's arrived in good rhythm. Just got to knock it down.
There's 2 of 8. 3-point range. Nabu. And good job at the end by Emilogu to knock it over to Nduba. Utomi open, lets the Ugandan defender fly by and hits a 3. Now it's a 6-point game. Now it's game on.
Yeah, again, Uganda just attacking a bit quick, ending up with a tough one-on-one shot. And Domingo, excuse me.
That was Utomi. And the 3 is the answer from Opong.
Yeah, he just is on fire. Robinson Opong, every time they need a big shot, every time the momentum's going the other way for Nigeria, he just catches and shoots. Great rhythm, great rotation, great height, and that was on the back of Nigeria hitting a huge shot. Utomi with his big 3. But Robinson Opong, the heart and soul of this Ugandan team. And
you can see the dejected looks from Nigeria because they felt like they had a chance after getting it to within 6. After Utomi went to 23 points following his 3rd 3.
He's over there. So we got to make sure if there's a screen, then we switch it. Okay, guys? All right? Hey, right here, we're gonna go away. We're gonna go away. So, again, we got Stevens slipping out. If he's open, hit him. We got right to scrum action on the backside. All right, everybody know what the way is? Let's go, man.
Looking at some of the stats, 18-9, Nigeria lead fourth quarter. And they're shooting it better, but Utomi, 23 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, leading scorer coming in. And he's the main man on the offensive end again for Nigeria, but they're dangerous. This game is far from over. Domingo's hit a couple, plus we know he can go strong inside. They've got a lot of weapons, and if they can get it going and force some turnovers from Uganda, this could go right to the wire.
So Nigeria, the clock is the enemy. Make no mistake right now. They need points, and they need them in a hurry. And Dobu gets inside, puts it up, misses the layup.
It's just incredible how they missed. That was a point-blank range layup, no pressure on him.
He's just not concentrating until the end. Oh, look at Wainwright. And it ends up being a 4-point swing in Uganda.
A sensational spin dribble again. Then the pass fake to the corner and a simple layup. Wainwright's just another... Yeah, he just plays at his own pace.
Look at his footwork here.
Yeah, and that's double spin. And then pass fake, reaction from Ndugba, and then he just... That's still a tough move in the end. For a big, he's a big unit to be able to finish that. He's just had a great, apart from one game where he dipped, he's had an excellent AfroBasket.
Well, I think Amogbo is exhausted. He's really been out there, probably.
Yeah. Got to put fatigue out of their mind, as Coach Mike Brown said in an earlier timeout.
Seiko. Yep. Giannopoulos doesn't want to wait around, does he? Uh-oh, a little showtime from Ish, and he's fouled by Emelogu.
Wainwright's really grown into this tournament, and he was so disappointed after the initial loss, and then...
Against Senegal, yeah.
Yeah, and then, wow. And he's just showing his class. You can see why Toronto won him. Can do multiple things on both ends of the floor. It's getting harder and harder for Nigeria now. They needed to make that move. There was 1:42 remaining. They needed to do something special out of that timeout, and Wainwright has taken control and said, leave it to me. And he's just got great stats again. 9 points, 11 rebounds. He's got another double-double, 6 assists. He may not get the triple-double, but he has been outstanding.
Yeah, he's got the double-double, as you say, and it's kind of like he doesn't really force it, you know? No. He blends in nicely.
He's got some high flyers. Yeah. His high flyer speedsters all around him, and he just plays steady.
Ogundaran dribbling around over to Koko. Koko's short, and LaFour, Koko, and Benjamin also in there.
It's the first playing time that Koko's got at all in this tournament. There's 3 guys that haven't been used for Nigeria. They've only gone 9 deep. That's the thing.
Koko did play earlier in the game, but briefly.
Sorry, yeah, this game is the first minutes he's had. And maybe that's why there's fatigue, going with 9 players at the pace they want to play. And it's a very physical AfroBasket. Maybe they're just worn down.
So, Uganda, in 2015, they played in the classification round. In 2017, Uganda played in the group phase, and that was it. And what a difference finishing 3rd in group. So now here they are, and they are finishing third in their qualifying, right, in Group D. And look at the last time they played Nigeria back in 2015 in Urades. Nigeria won that game 98-59. So the players that are here that experienced that, like Akello, like Dreleba, like Opong, well, this is especially sweet because not only do they get their own back, but they also advance to the quarterfinals. A little bit closer. And who would have picked Uganda to make it to the top 8 before this tournament? Agu holds his feet, puts it up. And Benjamin can't get it. And that is it, folks. What a day for Ugandan basketball. Led by Coach Galanopoulos. And just a tremendous all-round effort from all their players, probably led by Robinson Opong today. Uganda win 80-68 over Nigeria.
Sensational play over prolonged periods for Uganda in this contest. They went through the process, they've enjoyed the moment, and they've come up with big play after big play. And look at the stats, 16 of 33 from behind the arc, just when they needed it. And they went off like a house on fire in the first quarter. 11 of 31 from behind 2-point, and 10 of 12 from free throw line. Excellent free throw shooting as well. 47-37 rebounds, 23 assists to 24 assists by Uganda. That's outstanding by both teams. 19 turnovers, 14 turnovers, so that's huge. 24-14 assist turnover ratio. Outstanding work by Uganda. 23 points. You told me 19 points from Opong, but it was the way he scored them. It was when he scored them, and it's why he scored them, because it's put them into the quarterfinals. Great effort for Coach Galanopoulos, a really nice chap, good basketball mind, and he has a special team in front of us here, celebrating with the fans. Another big, momentous occasion at AfroBasket 2021. And I'm not choking up this time, Jeff, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah,
this is wonderful.
You had a good rest. But it is stirring stuff. There's nothing quite like seeing improvement with a national team and seeing them accomplish something for the first time, and it's something that we keep seeing over and over and over again at this AfroBasket. And you know what? To bounce back from their opening day mauling, certainly the second half mauling, 93-55 against Senegal, to then beat Cameroon 80-66, and then also to bounce back from a tough 88-86 loss to South Sudan the other night. They have really done themselves credit. They've done their countries proud, and wow, just watch these highlights. It's I don't know what you say, really. I mean, it's, you know, we've had 2 Nigerias this summer. We've had 1 Nigeria that went to the Olympics. We've had another Nigeria that showed up here with players that didn't have experience at this, with a coach coaching at his first AfroBasket. And that's not taking a dig, but it's just analyzing the situation, and you have to, you know, what is the way forward for Nigeria, because they rely heavily on US-based players, no doubt. Then they go into qualifiers and they have to rely more on Nigerian players.
For me, Jeff, I think they made a mistake by not bringing Arogbu and Diogu with them. I think if those 2 players in this group, with all the other excellent players alongside them, they wouldn't have let this happen, and the loss against Cote d'Ivoire possibly, and they would be holding players accountable. They've been there, they've seen it, they've done it. The other players can learn from them. They're a great Nigeria. There's no problem. They have great players, but it's not just about X's and O's and running really nice offenses, as you've seen. It is about getting your knees dirty. It is about playing defense. And they have been able to do that, Nigeria. They have some really quick players, some unbelievable players. But fatigue has been an issue. Coach Brown talks about it. They only went 9 deep on the whole. And I think at the end, and Uganda, all 12 players have played and have all contributed in this effort. And, you know, you've got to talk about the guys that are here. Nigeria, Utomi has played excellent. Jeremiah Mouldy is a top player. And Dugba, We've said you told me Stephen Domingo hasn't quite taken off at this tournament, but 13 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. He can do plenty of things, multiple things on a basketball court, but the day belongs to Uganda and Ishmael Wainwright. What a performance again with a double-double. 11 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 turnovers, 3 steals. He is the real steadying factor for this Ugandan team.
Even if you look back at Nigeria's wins over Kenya and Mali, and you know, they had difficult moments in those games. So you look at the road to the final, and there you have it. Uganda, that's right, the Silverbacks have made it to take on Cape Verde in the quarterfinals of the FIBA AfroBasket. One more qualification for the quarterfinal to come between South Sudan and Kenya. And we'll bring you all the action. One final time tonight, it was Uganda winning 80-68 over Nigeria.